Okay. So welcome back, everybody, to the M6M podcast. Is that what we call it now?
Okay, let's just say it Mick Youth Weekly.
What
Okay,
weekly?
that's a lousy name, but if you got a better name, just suggest me.
All right. So somebody can go comment that on the YouTube channel. All right. So yeah, the political results are like still counting. There has been like what 80 deaths.
80 deaths.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like for the people that were
I haven't
counting the
updated
polls.
so one of
The
those
TPS workers.
yeah,
Yes.
I think they're called the KPPS volunteers.
Oh, they're
Right?
volunteers. They're not even paid. Wow.
Well, I mean,
It's kind of sad.
80
Yeah.
deaths is still better than the
KPU, petugas
2019.
meninggal dunia 40
Oh,
sakit karena kelelahan.
Oh
So
my
they're
God.
tired. 71
So,
like
okay,
the people
guys.
who count the votes, like the paper votes,
Oh, jeez.
have died. 71 have died, passed away. And 4,567 people are
We're
tired.
basically just repeating history. Okay, to be
I
fair,
mean, it happens each like
the numbers gotten better. I mean, in a previous election, 501 died. So 71.
I mean, at some point,
It's an
Indonesia has to
obvious
change to like
upgrade.
the electronical voting, right? Like the voting booths, like in the US.
Yeah, I think it's mandatory because if we keep doing this like this manual paper,
More people are gonna die.
Election, yeah, more people is going to die.
Just from exhaustion, which is weird.
I mean, can you imagine one of those parents that oh, my son's a volunteer as this KPPS worker, and
So like
her
having
son didn't go back home. Wow.
I just can't
That's
imagine
pretty
like
dark
dying or like passing away like during the job. It's like so because there's so many people, right? And also like I don't know why we're like doing paper votes still. Maybe it's because it's just hard to change, but just seems weird. All right, but yeah, the
on one
votes.
side, it sounds so ridiculous that those people died just because they're checking numerous amount of voted papers, but at the same time, it's also really dark to think that I mean, it's to be expected if people would die. We would have some risk of dying if they're working in construction sites or working as stuntmen, but as a election volunteer worker, you're not supposed to die from that.
I mean,
it's dark if you think about it.
It just has to be a lot of what do you call it? A lot of people, because there's like the whole entirety of Indonesia is how much, like 300 mil?
Not yet. We're pretty close to 200
like,
mils, to 285 mil for now.
Yeah, 273.8 million Indonesian population as of 2021, but we are in an increase curve. So yeah,
we're expected to exceed 300 mils in next decade or so.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
which is wild. Okay,
about
so the last time I've checked, the votes are leaning heavily towards number 2, with it being I think 58%.
Yeah.
To the Prabowo Gibran count, which is
how
not surprising.
How much percentage of the data has been counted?
I think almost all. I don't know. It's very hard because I don't really keep count.
I mean, I would conclude that there is zero possibility the second round will occur. No chance. There's if it's like if the rough counting was, let's say, 50.5%, there's still a possibility that there would be, a miscalculation or something, and the second round
the
will
first round
58. No, okay, no chance.
The first round, so I think they're going based off of what do you call it? If Bravo hits 55% or the 50, just like above 50%, they'll just stop round 2.
Exactly.
The second round of nominations, I'm pretty sure. And he has hit that number by a landslide. It's like he got that and like 2 more percent, which is honestly, I'd be surprised if he didn't get that. So yeah, so the votes in Jakarta, here are the votes. So okay, by province, in Banten, there is 55% Prabowo, 34% Anies, and 10% Ganjar PDIP. And in Jakarta, it's actually quite the shocker. Prabowo has 30% of the votes, Anies has 39, and Ganjar has 17. I'm just rounding up these numbers, but yeah, besides Jakarta, Prabowo has the majority vote in most of these polling. So it's pretty.
It's pretty obvious who's winning here.
Yep, it's pretty obvious who's winning.
And have you ever, I mean, have you heard about this? Well, at least about this current. How do I say this? Weird phenomenon where the votes for legislation parties are leaning differently from the presidential voting.
I don't really follow like the what like the parties, like the what is it, governor or something? It's because we're also electing governing positions, right?
I mean, as for the legislation party, the number one most voted party was PDIP, right?
Yeah, PDIP.
And PDIP basically supports Ganjar, but for some reason, Ganjar has the lowest vote.
Yeah.
At least until today, and I don't think it will change for the better. And I mean, so
yeah,
let's just usually the quick count number will be almost exactly the same as a real count.
Yeah, mostly maybe like they're off by like point somewhat percent or whatever, but
only point something percent.
It's still even
no matter no matter how many people just shouting, oh, there are unfair plays here and there, but oh, this party's cheating, that party's cheating, but it usually doesn't change. It always happens every 5 years. Someone always shouts, oh, you're cheating. Usually it's it's way too complicated to prove the reported the alleged cheatings, and also even when some of them are proved, how are you going to topple like the remaining 8% of the votes from 50% just to make the second round happening? 8% of the total voters is like what, 15 million? No, not 15 million. Around 8, I think 8 million. 8 million
16 million. Wait, what? Wait, are we talking? What are we talking about?
So basically, right now, the Prabowo Gibran pairs has won 57% of the votes, right?
Yep.
So if if the opposing candidates try to topple him down, or at least make the second round happening by reporting all the cheatings that allegedly happening, and let's say some of them are proved, and they managed to report that, how are they going to topple 8% to downvote the Prabowo Gibran into less than 50%? It's not going to happen. Again, you have to topple
and also
down
even
basically
if
like 8
the
million
party
voters.
1 and party 2 candidates
Yep.
are no, party 1 and party 3 are gonna merge, it's not even gonna be enough, right?
Yep.
It's
Exactly.
still like 53%. Like Prabowo still has the majority vote even if they merge. So it's really,
Even if they merge, some of the voters will, some of them will just move to Prabowo Gibran. That's a really big possibility. Like it's impossible that everyone
some
will
don't like
lean
Ganjar,
to
some don't like Anies, some don't like
number 1 to
Mahfud,
3.
some don't
Yep.
like
Exactly.
whoever like the vice president was. So
there are so many swing voters.
Yeah, they just like, okay, if this doesn't work out, I'm just gonna vote for number 2. That's mostly like the safe plan for them.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what's happening. Many of my relatives actually have that exact mindset. Okay.
It's like the mindset of it's better than nothing.
We're hoping for Ganjar for the ideal president, but okay, we don't think he's got any chance. So all right, let's just pick the second best that has the highest possibility to win. That's it.
And also because from what I've seen, Prabhu has like what do you call it? He has diligently worked his way into like this presidency. Like he's been preparing for this for a very long time, and you can see that.
I mean, he already competed 3 times and lost three times.
Yeah, but also
at his 70s, it's his last chance.
Yeah, even before like the electoral we don't have an electoral college. Like the election started, the election season started. Like he's been starting his campaign even before then. You can see, like he has started recruiting Deddy Corbuzier, Ahmad Dhani, all those celebrities to go behind him.
And not to mention, Gibran is actually one of his quote unquote greatest weapon, because he's literally the most popular Indonesian president.
He is the son of what is basically our country's father at this point. We call the Indonesian president Pak De, which quite literally just means like uncle,
dad,
uncle,
and dad,
or even sometimes like grandpa, like
the dad of our country, the most famous president ever in Indonesia, the first president that made 80% of legal voters being active. So that's
And actually, the history behind like him rising up the power is like, I'm pretty sure Megawati, and no, not Megawati. I think it's Prabowo also helped him rise into the party and basically helped them elect him as a candidate to become the president. I'm pretty sure, like in the earliest, what do you call it? The earliest stages of his party at that point, which is wild. He helped him grow, and now he's he basically became rivals. Well, not rivals. they just like they were opposing each other, and now like one of their sons is working with
with that person. He has been a rival for some times.
Yeah.
Okay, and speaking from the perspective of the other candidates, many people omitted from voting Ganjar because they hate Megawati. They actually love Ganjar, but they hate Megawati.
I don't like Megawati.
Yeah, I share your sentiment, to be honest. Like, I don't
She seems like
feel comfortable
like a
the
kind
way
old
she
lady,
speaks.
but it's like you're like it's like anybody but you. You know, it's so weird. I don't know.
I don't feel comfortable when listening to her speech for some reason.
Yeah,
I
it
don't know.
just seems so self-righteous. I don't
Yeah,
like
yeah, it's self-righteous and sometimes even pompous. And you
yeah,
know,
very
the
pompous
thing,
actually.
some people have doubts that, okay, will Ganjar be able to be independent and not getting himself steered by the political party or directly by Megawati? So that is among the biggest reason of people moving from Ganjar to Prabowo. And I mean I mean, while I voted for Ganjar, I would say that's a fair argument.
I mean, like also, uh, Indonesia is not even that old of a country. It's relatively young. If America is considered a relatively like young independent country, then we are infants. Like Indonesia is
Yeah,
basically an
we're
infant.
only like what?
We're not even 100 years old yet.
Yep, so
We're
70,
77 or 76.
77, 78,
Oh, 78? Oh, yeah.
78
This year, I'm pretty sure.
years of independence.
Yeah. 78 years of independence. And it's been what? 22
So basically, our
years?
democracy is still in its infancy.
Yeah, it's in its infancy. 22 years. It's going to be 100 years that marks Indonesia's independency, and which is also the golden age, golden Indonesia, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Indonesia 100 years gold.
Indonesia 2045.
Yeah.
The
24,
golden Indonesia.
yeah,
Indonesia
golden
mas.
2045. Yeah, 2045. And it seems
Do you think it's a far-fetched ideals that 2045 golden Indonesian thing? Do you think it's a far-fetched idea?
It's
or
honestly
do you
it's
think
not
it's
not a
reachable?
far-fetched idea. If the president plays his cards right and basically just grinds basically what China did in the 90s and the early 2000s. If we keep our like economic sector like independent.
Yep,
And
but let's hope
we
that
don't import a
Indonesia
lot of
don't
stuff.
get another
Yeah.
Suharto or another Xi Jinping.
Yeah. And if we don't what do you call it, export our oil that much.
Yep.
Thus, like, I don't know, just because Indonesia is like a rich country, honestly. We have nickel, we
need to
oil.
stop exporting our raw materials outside.
Yeah.
So basically, I think one of the best decisions Jokowi ever made was basically keeping the nickels for ourselves.
Yeah, and also the gold mine in
the gold, but
PT
the Freeport gold mine. Yeah, that one.
It's our gold. Like so if they want to mine there, we're gonna take a big percentage of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like digging up in your neighbor's backyard because you have a map, and it's gonna take like years and years for them to dig it because it's like really deep. You want to use your backyard, right? So you want to cut. So I get that. Yeah, but hopefully 2045 is gonna be great. Yep. I don't really know how it's gonna end up, but I think I did the calculations in 2056 or like no, not 2056. I don't know when, but I would be old enough in that I don't like ballpark.
Next election,
I will be old enough to elect myself to be a president.
All right. Oh yeah. In 2045, yeah, you with the current constitution, you're actually old enough to elect yourself. Well, make yourself a political party like this. Maybe M6M political party.
I'm not bringing Japan into this. Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be great.
I'll vote for you.
Thank you. My first supporter.
Our first Chinese president.
Dude, we don't have a Chinese Indonesian president. We've only had, first off, Muslim, which is, I think at some point during our Indonesia's history, the president had to be Muslim or something. I'm pretty sure. I don't know when it was.
I think I think the Constitution
It changed a while ago, though.
has been revised since 19 something, but it used to be. I think the old. I don't know. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but the old rules said that you have to be native Indonesian to be able to elect yourself for presidential candidate. But now the rules are revised into,
You're born in Indonesia.
If you have the nationality of Indonesia, basically anyone that is legally living in Indonesia.
Yeah.
I mean, at least that's what is written in the book. But
listen, man,
in practice,
if you've eaten tempeh more than twice in your life, I'd say you're an Indonesian.
Okay, I'm an Indonesian. Yeah. I'm a super Indonesian.
And if you've eaten tempeh orek more than 2 times, yes, you're Indonesian. That's it.
I mean, all right. To be fair, I don't eat tempeh orek, but I really love tempeh.
Tempeh orek is the bomb. It's like candied bacon, but it's tempeh form. Okay.
I don't like it,
but also for a democracy, our country has not quite a good history of democracy. Sukarno reigned for how many years? 8 years or more?
8 years, and he was almost being elected a lifetime president.
Yeah.
Before
everyone just liked him that much.
Suharto.
Yeah.
And Suharto led for.
No, also Sukarno also he was indicted or he was suspected of having ties to the Indonesian Communist Party. The KP.
Yeah.
So that's what G30 SPKI is it? Gerak.
Yep.
30.
Gerakan 30.
Yeah, the 30th of September. I think we call it the Hero Day, right?
Yep.
Hari Pahlawan. So oh wait, no. I don't think I forgot when Hero Day is or National Hero Day is. But yeah, so Sukarno had ties to the Communist Party. Suharto is basically a dictator.
Honestly, practically he's a dictator.
Yeah, the third president, or BJ Habibie. Honestly, I'd say he's up there.
He's one of the he's one of those presidents that would have been really great if his leadership lasts longer.
Yes,
I'm
pretty sure in 98, because the huge inflation.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think 16. I think the dollar to rupiah price was 18,000 rupiah or somewhere in that ballpark.
So it jumped from 2,500 to 18,000.
Yeah, 18,000
in a couple of days.
Yeah. So imagine the outcry from the public, the Indonesian population who wants to eat and just live, basically.
Yeah, there were 32 banks that went bankrupt.
Yeah.
In a span of a month.
So
including the bank that my mom used to work in.
So there's
and my dad too. So make it double.
Yep.
No, that was a dark time.
Yeah, that's why also a lot of people moved out to Singapore, Malaysia, and a lot of other countries.
Yep.
Even the US at some point.
Because
but also in the US in 2009 there was the housing crisis.
The what do you call it? The housing crisis.
The real, I don't know. It's real estate. The prices just went up, or people just didn't have money
The Great Depression is
No,
that?
no, no, no. The Great
Uh,
Depression was in World War One.
oh yeah, yeah. It's
After World
sorry,
War
sorry. Yeah,
One.
it's a different period. It's in a different period of time,
It's
but
like
it's
60
also
years
like
apart. Yeah,
it's also a housing crisis. This is
yeah. So
and
BJ Habibi, yeah, he basically made the price for from 18,000 rupiah to 8,000 rupiah. To
yeah.
10,000 like units of or like rupiah. It's just like he just lowered the inflation rate. That I don't know what he did.
If you think about it now, the current USD worth right now is it doesn't differ that far from back then in 1998. Now it's around like what 15,500 ish.
Yeah, it's like
It's pretty close
15,000
if you
something.
think about it.
It's pretty close. But
And
like
and,
we
and
reached an
we're just
equilibrium.
we're just adapting to it, right? Because I mean, to be fair, the inflation goes very slowly.
Yeah.
Unlike, it went up 600% in a night. So
Basically. Yeah.
so
So it's I think we Indonesia's have I think still recovering some. I mean it's basically already fully recovered since then. Nobody talks about like being affected by too much now because the people who are affected by it have probably passed away at this point.
yep. Yeah.
Or
Fair enough.
they were just kids when it
Mhm.
happened. So yeah, it's I think Megawati was like the first female president, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And Megawati is what Sukarno's granddaughter?
Granddaughter.
Yeah.
I think the second granddaughter.
So yeah, so nepotism is real.
Ah, yeah. I mean, currently it's kind of happening once more, in a sense.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like there's anything wrong with it. I think at least if you can prove your worth.
Yeah, the problem lies when
It's when
you
you bend the
have
rules.
unfair advantages and you bend the rules, and you, you basically have your relatives sitting in every single joint of the government.
I mean, imagine pulling up to the presidential debate
You have to
and
be
just saying,
sane.
"My grandpa was the founder of this country."
Yeah, exactly. Like even just by saying that out loud in the public, people will see you in a different light, and just by
I have the
that
blood
already
of
give
the
you
founding
some
fathers in me. Like, just
advantage.
imagine saying that.
Yeah. So
So
yeah, it's you have to be a saint of not having any biases to your own blood relatives, your family, your inner circle. It's really hard. I think at a certain point, nepotism is much more difficult to eradicate than corruption.
because it's blood.
Yeah, because
It's blood, not paper.
blood ties are a human thing.
Yeah.
That
Paper stains, blood evaporates. So like
oh wow, oh my god, you're getting poetic.
yeah, so it's very hard to do that. But there you have it. 57% of Bravo, something. He's gonna win. There's like just no question about it. So I think we should wrap up today's quote unquote podcast, the 30-minute podcast about Indonesian political results and talking about what the history of our democracy. I think for the first latter half of this country's democracy, it was honestly not even a democracy. It's basically communist. It's communism. Yeah, most of the higher ups were communists. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I'm not really a history kid, but I don't know, man. I think Sukarno was a really badass president, though. I'm pretty sure the Russian, or no, Yeah, I think the Russian, not Russian, maybe the English or the Americans. They tried to basically trap Sukarno. So they sent a prostitute and they basically took a video
Oh,
of them,
I
yeah,
remember that
sleeping.
scandal.
Yeah, sleeping with each other. And basically, the people who were blackmailing him said, if you don't do this, this, and this, we'll release this video to the public. And Sukarno,
Oh.
the big badass that he is, with his just said, "Oh, dude, I want send that to me. I want to show it to my friends." Okay, bro.
So basically, he was being blackmailed, and he just said, "Okay, okay, then I'll just make my first Pornhub video."
It's my debut as a porn star.
Basically, he made Pornhub before it was cool.
Oh my god!
Respect to our first president.
respect. Okay, here you have it, Sukarno and his many lovers. He was the Hugh Hefner of Indonesia.
Yeah.
Do people still know who Hugh Hefner is?
What?
Do people still know who Hugh Hefner is?
I don't know.
He's the owner of the Playboy magazine.
Oh Jesus!
He's the Playboy. So,
all right.
The with the capital T.
Okay.
He's him, chat. He's him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our first president and our first GigaChat president.
First GigaChat. Yeah. It's honestly joke during. I don't know. People say the golden era of Indonesia was during SBA's reign, but I wasn't really like conscious enough to like experience like his reign. I don't know. I was in middle school. I don't know. No, I was in elementary school. I don't know what I was at. I was snorting glue.
I mean, to be fair, I wasn't even that politically aware when in SBA's time. So
yeah. The only thing I care about during elections, because I'm not eligible enough to vote yet, is the free discounts. I just dip my finger in ink, pretend I voted, and show them stuff. And like they give me discounts, they give me free stuff. I went to Misha.
I mean, it's still happening until today. I mean, it always happens every year. I guess there's always this special discount in voting day, election day.
Yeah, but especially during like the election day, like the day it's happening, you get free stuff, or like the day after, you still get free stuff. Mishui is my boy hooked me up with the strawberry sundae. That was dope.
Yeah,
I said we should wrap things
but
up.
Sometimes the waiting lines are similar to, so if you're trying
the election itself.
Yeah, the election itself, or you're trying to get your portion of the social support. So sometimes okay, I'll just go home.
Dude, the 2 days after the election, I couldn't buy rice. It was just gone.
Yep. Yeah, because everyone just took everything.
They stocked up on it.
They stocked up.
Where did the rice go? This is an Asian country, for God's sake. I want my white rice, and I want it now.
I think many of those people who stockpiled those rice actually sell them back.
Like I only see them in
because they got it
Shopee.
crazy cheap. Oh yeah, by the way, I think we need to wrap up. It's been inflating like 40 minutes.
Yeah, we said like oh yeah, we're gonna end it. Okay, we're gonna talk about this one thing. Let's end it.
Okay.
So
all right,
and M6M Weekly.
M6M Weekly.
Yeah.
By
or
Michael
bi-weekly. I don't know.
And thank you for watching, and stay tuned for our next podcast next week.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about what, Pokemon?
All right, well, whatever, Pokemon. Yeah.
All right. See you guys later.
Need to cool down from political shit. Okay.
Oh wow. Okay, he's sweared. Okay.
Right. I'll see you around.
I'll see you guys
Bye-bye.
around. Goodbye.